In about 2 hours, I will be logging into my twin account to open the prompt for the 2017-2018 write-on competition for all the 4 law journals at UF Law. I, of course, took a shower, of course, got myself ready, and I'm going to go out to get some sun because I've been stuck in here for a very long time, and that's because my internship doesn't start until June 4th. So I have this entire time to just rest and relax, and which is the least thing I'm doing right now. But 2 hours, in the next 2 hours, it's okay, maybe more than 2 hours. The prompt drops at 5 p.m. and the time is right now 2:47. So we're gonna be waiting for this. The Blue Book exam, guys, halfway in there, I actually recorded myself talking about how I felt. It was very strenuous. Like, when I'm telling you I was strained by the 7th hour, I didn't even know if what I was answering was just, like, I didn't see any problem in the 7th hour is what I'm trying to say. There were some minor issues, but it wasn't as tasking as the other hours where I had to, like, actually spend time changing, like, an entire citation. So I don't know if I was just tired. I don't know if they did that, but I literally spent almost 8 hours in that exam, and it was brutal. So I'm not expecting anything less when it comes to this write-on competition. Well, by the time you see this, I would have completed it, and so I'm hoping for the best. And yeah, so 2 hours, girl. We finna do this mess. Hey. Okay, so as far as the journals I'm trying to get into, I have to be honest with you, law review is at the heart of everybody's list, at least for most people. Some people actually are not going to put law review as their first choice, but here you have to put law review as your first choice. You know, even though you're interested in other organizations, if you don't put law review as your first choice, law review is not going to look at your material, so they must be first. Then the other journals, you can rank them however you please. I ranked law review first, but my heart, if I'll be honest with you, is really in the journal for tech journal. That's where my heart is. I'm interested in how tech, law, and business really mesh and combine, and until I get there, I will not stop and trying to find opportunities that give me a leverage in that and increases my understanding of that area of law. That said, I ranked law review first, and I ranked text journal second. I think I did international policy third, and then I did public policy fourth. So look at what time it is. It's 5 o'clock. Okay, it's 5:01. So, and I'm on twin, and I'm gonna open this. Let's see. Okay. Let the games begin. 9, you see how they're counting down? 9 days, 6 hours. It really is, they said it's 10 days, but it's actually 9 days. And I want to see how many sources we're going to have, which means how many cases. 1, 2, 3, 4. 17. Just a preview as to what it looks like. Oh, not much. 5 pages. 11 in the next one. 13. I haven't found anything that's like shocked me, like, oh my gosh, 12, reasonable. But I want to see what is our prompt going to be about. Okay, there are 2 questions I have to answer, but as you can see, this is what the prompt looks like. It's supposed to answer 2 questions. Well, guys, I think I'm just gonna like go through all the things I have to read today, and then Saturday I'll probably just read again and just organize the cases and get started. And I went ahead and printed everything out. So this is instructions, and then I have the state law that applies, and then I have each individual cases arranged by the year it was decided. Now, just to give you perspective, the thickness of this paper, it's not that bad. It's more like 100 pages or less. So I'm gonna start digging in and seeing what we can make out of this. Hopefully it's something beautiful. Actually, I read the prompt and I read 2 cases. That's all I could do. Today is day 2 of the Write On competition. I woke up at 5 a.m. this morning, but didn't really get up until like 5:30. And so I woke up and I got ready and went downstairs and kind of like read at home and did read some cases. I'm moving my location from home to law school just because I wanted a change of environment. But the goal is to be done with reading all the cases by Sunday. There's about 15 cases and 2 statutes. So I'm gonna be done reading those at least by Sunday, and then Monday I'm gonna draft the first part of, because there are 2 prompts, I'm gonna draft the first prompt, and then on Tuesday I'm gonna draft the second prompt, and then I would be reviewing and editing for the rest of the week until I have to submit it. Even though I'm going into more detail than I normally will, what I'm doing is I'm briefing everything and looking at all the arguments and looking at the analysis by the court and writing the facts. And I start with the date first, but then they're also organized according to the Supreme Court decisions, then to the state decisions, and also there's an article in our prompt, so I'm gonna do that last. I haven't read the statute just because I'm reading the statute, but I don't have anything to relate it to. So based on what I'm reading, I'm like highlighting certain things in the statute that I've read in cases, and I'm like, oh, it might be important. So that's everything for day 2. I hope like this timeline that I give myself gives me like a cushion to be able to like catch up if I'm running behind a little, you know what I'm saying? So at least by today I should be done with, if not 10 cases, I should be done with at least 10 cases. I'm not even gonna give myself that should be done. I should be done. I should have 10 cases done, so tomorrow I can take a short break. Today is day 9 and I haven't like posted in a while just because it's been hectic ever since day 4 or 5. I had to come back home for my parents' 25th anniversary, and so I'm here, and they've been preparing because we're having family over to celebrate their 25th anniversary. 25 is a big deal for a lot of people because most people don't stay together. But that aside, today's Saturday and I've been home since Thursday. I drove down Thursday, messed up my sleep schedule, so I'm kind of, look, all I'm saying is I'm doing this right on to at least get on something. I don't know if law review is still in the front view, but I know that I'll be fine if I just get into a law journal. So that said, I'm trying to get this wig to sit properly, doing my hair and kind of laying this wig as much as I can. First I'm gonna I don't think I want baby hair because it falls forward and it like cuts half of the sides of my face, so I'm just going to just make a normal, by not cutting it all the way, but just some of the stuff right here. Okay, so I have it cut. And it should be sitting like this, as far as, so I'm just gonna have to like put some got-to-be glue down and just make it sit. And once it sits, I'm not gonna do any baby, I'm gonna go in and flat iron it. So
gángan tó kú bí ọjọ́ mélòó ta fẹ́ bẹ̀rẹ̀ ní epo bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní wọ́n ní Nàìjíríà ní June àwọn epo bẹ̀rẹ̀ lọ́rùn gba òkú and wọ́n bá máa lò nínú mi náà ti kọ pé tí wọ́n marry
So today's day 10 of my ride-on competition, and I am at home. We're watching It's a Different World out here. I'm also trying to finish up my paper that's due today, I'm just trying to wrap up. Overall, I don't care anymore because it was so stressful. I don't care if I make it into a review anymore. I just care that I'm able to finish this, and if I do make it to a journal, I'll be happy. I want to make it into the tech journal, and I hope I can make it to the tech journal because the pressure law review, trying to make it to law review, put on me was was a little bit extra. So now I'm at a space where I'm just like, I would appreciate and thank God if I'm just able to get into any journal. I have a lot of respect for people who make it into law review, whether you grade on or whether you actually write on, because it's such an intense process that I appreciate. I appreciate that you made it, and I wish you the best of luck if you did. I'm not being self-defeating. I'm just being realistic here as to the amount of work that I believe is required and my actions, but that's enough. So I mean, I honestly just felt like I was really solid for as far as getting the readings done, pulling out what I needed for the case, and then I was pretty solid with everything until I had to write like a judge, and that threw me off because I'm like, I've read so many cases, but I still don't know how to write like a judge, you know, and that really threw my entire flow off. But part of it is just getting the paper down and trying to mimic the opinions you've read before. I think that was the biggest part. It wasn't about reading, it was about writing it like a judge. So we'll see what happens. Very exhausting. I'm taking a break before going back to continue my edit. Okay, y'all, I just finished. I just submitted. It's 12 a.m. June 4th, and I just submitted my my write-on essay, and it was intense, and I celebrated. I throwing this shit all over the floor. Golly, guys, you know when you have rush at the end of what you're supposed to be doing, you had all this entire time to actually do something, and your brain is not functioning until you know that yo, I have a deadline in 24 hours, and my brain for some reason was working at that time. I finished it. I'm so happy. Oh, look at the brother-in-laws. They're all here watching TV. Look, watching TV while I struggle through this shit. But hey, now I can join the party. I can eat. I didn't even go to church today. That's how bad it was. But I'm exaggerating how bad it is. If you are on your grind, you're probably gonna find this effortless. But that's not my experience. Woo! Every time I'm done with these incredibly tedious, stressful situation, I end up look, my eyes are red, and I have an internship tomorrow that I have to go to. I'm just grateful to God, to be honest. I just want to lay down. Alright, Toro to bad gang. I'm gonna keep you guys posted as to the outcome of my competition. I think that what I'm getting away from this is if I don't make it, I'm gonna have to try on to the next thing, which is moot court. And if I don't make moot court, I'm gonna do my trial team. And there's nothing wrong in failing, but I just hope I make it into a journal at least, because it helps. So with that said, thank you guys for tuning in. Please leave a comment below. Send me your prayers if you like. Subscribe if you haven't. I will see you guys in my next vlog.